Good morning, YouTube. I bought a truck.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
After talking about it for months and looking, I finally bought a truck. And of course, I had to get red with black because, well, that's all of our cars are red with black. I mean, like literally all of them. So I asked for your opinions on which truck to get, and it was pretty much American. You know, it was going to be Dodge or Ford or Chevy, and I have to say I actually was swayed by some recent events. So I was dead set on trying to get a Ford, but then I changed my mind at the last second. Part of that is because recently I've had to drive a Ford F-350 and a Ram 3500. I kind of liked the Ram better, and it was mostly because of the interior. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. The Ford I think can haul more, and I honestly think they're probably a better built truck than Dodge, but the Ram's interior was so nice. It kicked the crap out of everything else. I'd also seen a Chevy truck, and the interiors are just lacking. I figured, here's the thing, Megan isn't going to like me buying a truck no matter what, so if I buy a truck that's at least nice and comfortable, it's less things for her to complain about, and I have a better chance of her actually sort of liking the truck. And yes, it is a 2500. It is the Cummins diesel.
Happy.
And that was the other big thing, is I really wanted a diesel, and I wanted to be able to tow a decent amount. I don't need to tow the world. Adam will tell you with pride how his truck can tow like 30,000+ pounds. I'm never going to tow that. I am only going to tow my car hauler, which will never exceed 9,000 pounds as far as I can tell. So we're well within the range of this thing, which can haul somewhere around like 16,000 pounds. That's plenty. Enough with that. Let me show you some of the awesomeness about this thing. Oh, and one last thing, one big factor in why I bought the Dodge over the Ford. This was $10,000 cheaper than an equivalent Ford with about similar options. Hold on just a second. I have something else for sale. So I think this might be a regular thing. Any of you that happen to have a Ferrari part or Ferrari or something that you want me to sell, hit me up, Dan@normalguysupercar.com, and obviously I want some sort of percentage or something. A viewer of mine has some HRE wheels that only have 2,800 miles on them. They're amazing, they're beautiful, so I got some pictures of them somewhere on the screen. He paid originally $11,500 for these suckers with the tires and the TPMS sensors. So they only have 2,800 miles. Make an offer, see if you want them. We can get them shipped out to you. He had them on a Ferrari 458, so they should fit a 458 pretty well. Obviously, they'll look really good on them. They're actually the same design that Loper had, just in black, not in Loper's custom whatever color. HRE P101s, they are 21s and 22s. The fronts are 255, 30, 21, and the rears are 335, 25, 22s. They have the HRE center caps and the Ferrari rings, so you can use the factory Ferrari center cap if you want. It also includes the HRE bolts, basically brand new condition. If you want those, hit me up, Dan@normalguysupercar.com. Make an offer. If we can figure something out, hopefully we can get them shipped out to you, and you have some new HRE wheels for a lot less than new. All right, carry on. Here we go. We got the Ram 2500, and it is absolutely massive. It just takes up the entire driveway. I have to park it as close to the garage door as possible, otherwise the tail of the truck actually sticks out into the road. It is by far the largest vehicle I have ever owned. Believe it or not, I have owned trucks before, so this is not my first truck, but it is my first diesel. So it has all sorts of interesting, amazing options that I didn't even know came with trucks. This thing is a absolute beast. So let's start off with the best thing about this thing, which is the Cummins diesel. That's right, yes, we have the Cummins turbo diesel. That right there was one of the big selling factors. Is this engine will probably outlast the truck tenfold. I mean, it is an amazing engine. The Cummins is proven. It doesn't get the greatest mileage, but it gets okay mileage, somewhere around like 16, but they're indestructible, and that's awesome. Oh yeah, there it is. Diesel. Yes, we have the diesel. So I don't know the exact numbers because honestly, I really don't care, but it's somewhere around like upper threes, low 400 horsepower range, and it's close to 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Again, I don't really care. All I know is it hauls ass and it hauls a lot of stuff. Yeah, there it is, the 6.7 Cummins. That should last forever and ever. Ah, yes. So here's where
the Ram really excels over the other options, which is the interior is just so nice. By the way, didn't tell it was the Laramie editions, not the ultimate super duper, but it's good enough for me. And I feel like the materials they're not bad. They're actually kind of nice. Plus they're pretty durable. And you know, I want to keep this thing for like 200,000-300,000 miles. So it's going to get beat up. It's going to get used. So you want stuff that's going to last. All right, we're in the cab and it's super quiet. That was one of the things that was absolutely shocking. Is I know a lot of you that have had the older diesels think, oh, they're so loud. This thing is quiet. I mean, driving down the highway, you can barely hear it. So let's fire it up and you'll see it barely makes a noise. Ready? Here we go. Look at that. You can barely hear this thing. Beeping and stuff is louder than the actual truck. But let's start off with the gauge cluster. So we've got, of course, the tachometer, the DEF fluid, fuel, and speedometer. And then we have a controllable center display. So we can do all sorts of cool stuff. I'm not gonna show you everything because it would take me probably 10 minutes. All right, here we go. You can see how long it's been idling and driving and how many hours are on the engine, which is kind of cool. Got all the tire pressures, we've got coolant and all that stuff. Yeah, you got tons of interesting setup stuff. You can play with this thing for a long time. Off-road mode, fuel economy, you can see I've been getting about 14.5, which I've already been towing a little bit, so that's probably why it's so low. Trip info, you got trailer stuff, so we can manage the electric brake and all the other features on the trailer. Audio, messaging, screen setup, and commercial settings, which, yeah, we don't really need. All the controls to manage that stuff are right here. We also have our cruise controls. We have gear buttons. There are buttons on the back side of the steering wheel to manage your infotainment center. And then we got headlights and other lights over here. Four-wheel drive buttons right here, which is kind of nice. That's all push button. So this thing has this ridiculously large, totally configurable display for the infotainment, and it's really nice. You've got all sorts of stuff like backup cam stuff. We have, oh yeah, we got heated and cooled seats. Only thing I'm missing is massage. Yeah, I don't have massage. What's behind you can do what's in the truck bed. If you had it hooked up to a trailer, you could actually have it do auxiliary. And we even have like this side view thing, which is pretty awesome. There are cameras on cameras on cameras, and this thing is pretty amazing. And of course, when you actually put it into reverse, you get the bird's eye view thing right there. Pretty awesome. And you can even, look at this. You can zoom in if you're trying to hook up the trailer. You can look out the front. Yeah, this thing's amazing. You've got all sorts of cool stuff. Look at that. And then besides that, you've got all sorts of other things. We can control our seats. We got climate control stuff. We have apps. Yeah, I have a car that has apps. Full disclosure, I've never bought a vehicle that has so much stuff. Like, this is the most optioned vehicle I've ever bought, and it's a truck. Also, this is the first time I've had a brand new vehicle for me in over a decade. So Megan's Mini we bought new. That was the last vehicle we bought new. I haven't owned a new vehicle in a long time, so I'm not used to all these features. Another cool thing is we have all these auxiliary switches that we can wire up. I already set up AUX 1 and 2 to manage my trailer camera stuff, and we even have a spot to put a charger, or it's a wireless charger for the phone. Got the USB stuff. My neighbor was counting, there's something like 12 USB ports in this thing. I'm not even kidding. So there's 4 right there, there's 1 right there, and then there's 4 more back here in the rear seat. Look at this. There's USB stuff everywhere. Oh yeah, look at it. Cup holders here, cup holders here, cup holders in the door. There are cup holders everywhere. And by the way, if we need to store crap, first we got this little storage container, then we lift it up, we have more storage, and this thing slides around. So then we got even more storage. Back seats we can fold up like that and like that. There we go. And it's got these little panels which you can unfold like this, and then it comes out and forms a little platform, which is pretty awesome. They said that this platform can hold something like 250 pounds. I'm not gonna fold it out all the way because I can't reach it, but there you go. Look at that. It's got like a whole bed. So this is the Mo space. Mo is gonna be coming with us on some road trips. Oh yes. Then we got even more storage. You lift this up, more storage there. Lift up the floor mat, and look at, here we go. There is a little thing with even more storage. And that thing's really deep. I've got a ton of crap in there. And there's one on the other side too. More cup holders. There's AC plugs. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I can't believe how much crap there is. Oh, there's even a light under the seat so you can see when you fold stuff up. We've even got the ability to lock, unlock, start the truck, and pop the tailgate right from the remote. So push it twice, it pops, and then you can just kind of pull it, and it's got like the soft release feature. Already got it set up to do a fifth wheel, not that I'm actually gonna probably use one, and we could do a gooseneck, but again, probably not gonna do one. We've got a cargo plug, and of course all the trailer stuff. Even got LED lights in the truck bed, even up there too. This thing is just ridiculously loaded. It's insane. It's got a few more really nice features for towing. One is these mirrors actually fold up, so when you're towing, you can have the antlers up, you know, or if you want to try and pick up other dudes, that works too. But then it also has this little light, which is actually kind of like a sensor, or, I don't know, laser or something. Here was what was really cool. I plugged in the trailer to tow it, and when I plugged it in, it obviously recognized that there's a trailer attached, and then it automatically computed the length of the trailer. Now, how it does that, I don't know, but all of a sudden it said my trailer was 30 feet, which is about right. It's a 20-foot trailer plus the, you know, the neck of it, plus the hitch and everything, so it's, yeah, it's pretty close to 30 feet off the back of this truck, which means when we're hauling, we're about 50 feet long of stuff. And that makes it a little bit tricky to make sure that we're not going to clip anyone, but it's got all these cameras and sensors on the sides to make sure you're not going to whack anyone. All right, let's go for a quick drive so you can hear just how quiet it is. And it's actually reasonably quick. I mean, you know, it's not, you know, Ferrari quick or anything, but it can go. It can go all right. So here we go. Oh, yeah. Diesel. Brr, let's haul stuff, manly stuff. I'm just gonna say, living in Texas and having vented seats is absolutely a must. When it's 100 and whatever degrees out and you can have it blowing air on your back, oh, it feels so good. Its visibility it's pretty good. I mean, you can see really far, but you know, you can't really see what's directly in front of you or directly behind you. I mean, you just sit so tall. It's not bad. You got the 2 mirror things, so you can actually see what's around you. All right, here we go. We're gonna goose it right here and have it haul ass. Ready? Here we go. All right, to the floor. Yeah, I mean, there's 60. All right, well, so it's not that fast. It's got almost 1,000 foot-pounds. Pull down a house, we can do all sorts of cool stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, you're not gonna win any drag races. Listen to this, we're going 60 miles an hour, listen. It is so quiet, it is so pleasant. By the way, the ride quality is just tremendous. It is so nice. Like riding over bumps, it's so smooth. That was the biggest reasons why I got the 2500 and not the 3500. I do not like the way that the full 1 tons ride. They just ride like a truck. I mean, they're just miserable. Super bouncy, super sturdy. I get it, they can haul more crap, but this is more than I will ever need. We've even got features like auto dimming brights. It's got little lights that point out to sides when you're turning at night. I mean, this thing, oh, here we go. Here's a bump. Look at it. Didn't even feel it. Yeah, there's another one. Don't even feel those. Look at that. Barely feel those. Oh, this is so nice. And that's the thing. This is my daily driver. So the Subaru is going bye-bye. Yeah. No more Subaru. This is my daily driver. So I needed it to be reasonably nice to drive. I don't want to sit there and get beat up every time I go driving anywhere. All right, we're going to go up one of the steepest hills in Austin. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Not a problem. We can just kind of barely even have to give it gas and it just, oh yeah, no problem. Get out of my way. All right, here we go. Ready? Look at this. Oh yeah. Woo! Just can pull up the hill like it's nothing. The price was pretty reasonable. I mean, it wasn't the cheapest thing on earth, you know, let's be real. These trucks are getting crazy. I was looking around and there are trucks that are over $100,000 now. That to me is just insane. This was the most expensive non-Ferrari I've ever purchased. Oh yeah, we can turn on the exhaust brake. As soon as you give it like a little bit of brake, or if it senses that you're going down a hill, it automatically starts using the exhaust brake, which, you know, on these diesels does make a huge difference. It really starts to decelerate the truck. All right, here we go. Going down like a 30-something% grade hill, and you can hear that exhaust brake kicking on. Handles it like a champ. That's the only other complaint I would say is, compared to like a normal vehicle, you know, it does take a little bit more effort to brake. The steering is actually pretty light, like it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to steer, but yeah, the braking, you kind of got to stand on it to really stop. And let's be real, this thing weighs a metric ton, which is, you know, the official measurement. It's kind of like a nugga-dugga. It doesn't exactly stop on a dime. I mean, just look at the materials in here. This is unbelievable for an American truck. The materials are reasonable. There's not hardly any plastic that you can see. I mean, yeah, there's some, but it's not atrocious. It's not bad. It's got lots of actual sort of leather. I mean, you know, not like Italian leather or anything, but it's still leather. Alcantara kind of feeling in the middle of the seats. It's actually pretty nice. It feels pretty good. I'm just, yeah, this thing is great. I am really pleased with it. Well, there you have it, my new daily driver slash hauling rig. I wanted to get a truck because I need to start hauling stuff. I got a car actually that I'm gonna be hauling in about a week. So a client of mine who bought some of my consultation time found a car that was actually a friend of mine here in Austin, and he bought it, and so I'm gonna help haul it back to his home. This is gonna be its first maiden voyage as driving on a nice epic road trip with the trailer. Oh yeah, if you wanted to buy any of my consultation services or anything like that, reach out to me, Dan@normalguysupercar.com. I guess now if you want some help with transporting the car, most of these transportation companies kind of suck. If you have something that's reasonably close to me and you want to transport it, I'll do a reasonably competitive price, but you know, I'm not gonna do it for like stupid cheap. If you need any of my consultation services, go visit normalguysupercar.com.
Normal guy, supercar. He's a normal guy with a supercar.
Don't forget, we also have supercar parts on the website, so check that out. Also use the code NGS10. It'll hook you up at 10% off most of the things in the store. Some of them I can't offer you a discount. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for checking out my new truck with me. I don't think I'm gonna be doing too much with the truck, but I'll show you a couple things we're gonna do. We have some modifications to do before we go on the maiden voyage. We also gotta prep the trailer. So that's gonna be the next video, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna be doing a lot of car stuff and some truck stuff. It's gonna be sweet.